Hi, my name is Andy Hickel, and I'm a managing director at Accenture. I'm fascinated by the ways that technology can bring about real impact. And at Accenture, that's exactly what I work on. I help companies from every industry take advantage of the promise of AI. Today, we'll explore some of the ways that AI is already at work in our daily lives and how it will impact our lives in the very near future by speaking with three people who have varying levels of expertise: a child, a college student, and an Accenture expert. Let's get started. Hi there, Janiza. I am so happy to be with you today. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
Oh my gosh, my daughter's 10 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What do you like to do for fun?
I like to read, write, and draw.
What kinds of things do you like to draw?
Well, I really like to draw foods or like simple decorations or scenery.
Oh, that's cool. Could you actually draw something for me today?
Of course. Thank you. One more. There we go.
Okay, can I see it?
I drew an ice cream.
Oh, I love it. Tell me about it.
I just like to draw a lot of foods, but I copy a bunch of shapes that I see and I mostly combine all of them.
Oh, so that's great. When you draw something new, do you look for examples to be able to kind of pattern your drawing after?
Yeah.
Do you know that computers can draw pictures now?
Really?
Yeah, they can, using something called artificial intelligence, or AI. Do you know what AI is?
Not really.
Well, AI seems like a complicated topic, but it's just how we teach computers to do new things, like drawing. They draw just like you do. They start with a bunch of examples. So if we said, let's have a computer draw a picture of a unicorn, we'd start by giving the computer a large collection of examples of unicorns. And the computer would then sit down and figure out what's similar and different about all those unicorns.
How fast can computers draw?
Really fast, in a matter of seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Once the computer memorizes it or develops it, is it able to draw easier?
Usually, yeah. When we give it some instructions and feedback, it will remember that typically and produce better-looking unicorns.
That's really great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being with us today. I'm really glad to have met you.
Thank you. I'm so glad that I got to meet you as well.
Hi, Oishika. It's really a pleasure to be with you today.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you studying?
I'm a senior at university, and I'm majoring in computer science and math.
Oh, that's the best. Let's talk about recommendation services. Do you use any streaming services?
Yeah, I do use them pretty often, actually.
Do you understand how it works?
I have some idea of it.
Well, tell me what you think in your words.
I think it sort of makes decisions based on what I have watched in the past and uses some algorithm to figure out what to suggest to me.
Yeah, the exciting thing about it is that it's able to extract features that reflect the kinds of things that you've watched in the past, or the things that you've liked, or the things that people like you have watched or liked in the past. And it ultimately uses that to find out what's similar.
Yeah, it's surprising how good they are.
What other things could recommendation services be used for? I mean, as a college student, I'm sure there's lots of applications that you're excited about.
Yeah, so the course selection system that we use in our colleges, I believe that could really benefit from machine learning too, where we could recommend students courses they could take based on courses they've either done well in or poorly in, stuff they're interested in.
Yeah. I mean, I struggled to figure out what I wanted to major in. I majored in biochemistry and linguistics back in the day. And so I very much could have been one of your target users for this kind of system. What kind of data do you need to build a system?
I guess one of the things we could use is for example, at the end of a lot of classes, people take surveys of how a student felt about the class. I feel like if we could cherry pick specific words from the surveys, maybe we could gauge how difficult the class is. Kind of like how recipes online have a difficulty rating and
I love
stuff.
that idea.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for making time for us today. It was really great to talk to you, and best of luck in your new career.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me.
Hi, Sanjeev. Thanks for being here today.
It's a pleasure to be here with you, Andy.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you do at Accenture?
I lead the applied intelligence practice. We work with global brands. We help them apply artificial intelligence to solve major problems or challenges they're facing in their business or create new opportunities for them. And this all can be done with unlocking the value of the data that they possess. So
AI has had such a transformative impact on so many different industries. How is AI changing your life?
we don't even realize how much of AI we use every day. In fact, if I think about yesterday, when I would have woken up with AI assistant, the alarm which was set up by the voice commander the night before, I went to the kitchen. The temperature was adjusted because of thermostat. Went for an exercise schedule, and I have an app which I use, which actually recommends me what exercise I need to be picking up next week or next day. Went to fetch somebody in a car, couldn't do without the maps.
Right.
Right? Again, AI-driven destination A to destination B. I remember the days when we never had those features. So,
Yeah, me too.
and then we ended the day with watching a series which was totally recommended by the provider.
It's an integral part of your and my life, and I think everybody that we know. How is this kind of demand changing the way organizations are thinking about AI? Adoption being driven by the fact that it's easier to deploy and develop this technology, or is it something else?
Absolutely. I think it is getting easier. The funding itself for AI has gone up by 25x, right?
Wow.
In just last 7 years. And I think last 2 to 3 years has been phenomenal in terms of adoption of two trends.
Okay, tell me.
Cloud computing. So availability of more flexibility,
Sure.
more horsepower for doing AI.
Right.
The second thing is data. Awareness of understanding a data and curating a data for generating AI. We've seen this and observed this in every enterprise.
Right. So, I mean, with the power of the compute, the power of the data that we've got, and these new algorithms that are taking the world by storm, it seems like everybody would be adopting. Are there sectors that you're seeing particular demand in, or sectors where you're not seeing demand in?
Early adopters were the industries like telecommunication,
Right.
call centers application, right?
Exactly.
I mean, the customer service was done through AI, chatbots and virtual agents and so on and so forth.
There are two forces that are interacting here. One is in terms of the AI quality that's improving, right? We've seen breakthroughs in terms of speech recognition that we've never seen before, but also in terms of automation. So we're able to do more with the natural language that we understand, more so than we've ever had before. Are you seeing the comparable kind of advancements in terms of automating other kinds of tasks, like automating insurance claims or other kind of menial tasks that could be transformed or disrupted by this kind of AI?
Absolutely. So for auto claims, if your automotive is damaged,
Sure.
claiming, a customer can actually upload an image into the system, and then the whole assessment of that image in terms of the damage, bodily damage, including the estimation to repair it, could be done through AI.
That's great. Are there use cases for creativity? Do you have any stories to tell about the intersection of AI and design?
Absolutely. Fast fashion.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful case study there, right, in terms of how AI can actually help create thousands of new patterns by just looking at color patterns, the schemas, the trends in the future, if
Right.
you may, right? And it requires a lot of internal data from a company, but a lot of external data which is available in the marketplace, what's happening,
Right.
and can generate new patterns for a designer to actually look at and say that, okay, we'll go with.
Well, it seems like the future could be hyper-personalization, right? I mean, not designs that are not just for your cohort of people, but designs that are tailored specifically to you. Tell me about other areas. And so I know that there's some interesting work in terms of the intersection of AI and humanitarian relief.
One of the things which comes to my mind is the work which is done for National Institution of Blind. There were special glasses which was created for the people who have less visibility
Okay.
and have a disability around visibility, so vision. And that glass could sense a lot of things, provide a voice feedback to the
right.
subject, and can help them ascertain what's in front of them. If there's a door in front of them, they can tell there's something coming there.
Yeah.
Or they can actually help you even translate text to voice as well, so that you can actually read books.
How are we thinking about making sure that AI is designed and deployed responsibly?
That's a wonderful question. I think it's very, very important to ensure that there's a responsible AI element for designing an application and the systems in the future. Otherwise, companies and the users won't trust AI.
Right.
Which goes back to two concepts, frankly. One is transparency, whether AI has taken right decisions or not, just like human would have done.
Right.
Right. Obviously, you can always question whether human does all the decisions rightfully or not. But you expect AI to do everything 100%. That's good. The second thing is bias, right?
Yeah.
So you want to have a fair outcomes from AI.
Yeah, it seems like explainability is the key, right? It's understanding why the decision was reached in the way that it was. So what's next? What are you excited about? I mean, we started this conversation about how AI is transforming your life today. How's AI going to transform your life tomorrow?
I believe that we are entering into the era of intelligence. The technology itself will change and grow.
Yeah.
We are seeing that the power of quantum computing will come in play, biocomputing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of work which is happening on the tech side of AI.
Right.
And I think that will keep continuing and will keep challenging us to find new use cases for use of technology. One thing we should definitely not forget is metaverse.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun as to because I think AI is a key enabler for metaverse.
Oh, without a doubt.
Looking forward for that. I'm super excited about the next 10 years.
I'm glad that you're on the case. Well, thanks so much for being with us. Really grateful to have you today.
Thank you very much for having me here, Andy.
As we've learned today, AI already impacts our lives in different ways, whether we realize it or not. It impacts how we interact with each other and our surroundings. It changes how we do our work, and it is helping organizations of all sizes operate more effectively. But the reality is, we're just starting to see how AI can empower us. As we continue to innovate responsibly and expand the ways we use AI, I'm confident that it will have a pronounced impact on our experiences and help us achieve great things in our future.